Welcome, everybody, to the Coach and Bro Show. And I am your bro, Vince Russo. And the coach is not here, but there is good reason because Coach is on assignment getting a bunch of hot news for the Coach and Bro Show. So hopefully, Coach will be back on Monday. But today, guys, it is just me solo, but that's okay, man, because producer man has set up a great show. We got a lot to talk about today. But listen, man, I'm going to really need you guys, man, because I'm solo. So I want to converse with you. So if you want to become part of this conversation, man, we are just going to do this through super stickers or donations. And I will throw you right up on the screen and I will address your questions and I will address your comments and we will talk about them. And you can see the bro breakdown on the right side of the screen. But before I get into that, let me just get this off my chest. Bubba Ray, Bully Ray, whatever you want to call him, bro, Bully Ray, Bubba Ray is a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, it was I who set up the meeting with the Dudley Boys and Vince McMahon prior to them coming into the WWE. I love Bubba, bro. I really do. Straight shooter, one of the most honest guys that I know. I will forever consider him a friend. But with all due respect, for him to not see a problem with Raw following up with what happened at Elimination Chamber, bro, I think he is absolutely out of his mind. And here's going to be proof to that, bro. Here's going to be the backing to that. Whenever we get the hour by hours of Monday's show, you are going to see a huge number in hour one. And then when people realize, wait a minute, there's no Rock, there's no Cena, there's no Cody, you're going to see a drop off in hour two. And then you're going to see more of a drop off in hour three. It was absolutely ridiculous. Poor writing, poor execution. I don't want to hear anybody, including my boy Bubba, who I love, and just happens to be receiving a paycheck from the WWE. Let's not forget that. Because that's why I'm free to come on here and say whatever I want to say. I'm not collecting a paycheck from anybody. I'm not interested in collecting a paycheck from anybody. They dropped the freaking ball. Everybody was buzzing about the Elimination Chamber and John Cena's turn, and they did not follow up with it at all on Monday night. Now think about this for a second, bro. Yeah, let's go back to the Attitude Era, which I may say I wrote with my good friend Ed Ferrara. Can you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin getting screwed like that at the pay-per-view and then staying home on the next Raw? That would have never happened in a million years. If Austin were to have gotten screwed, bro, he would have been at that building at 6 a.m. in the morning waiting for the show to start because heads were going to roll and blood was going to be shed. To not have anybody on the show. Now, listen, man, if Cena has movie commitments, and I heard he was off to Africa, I don't know if that's true or not. If Rock's got other commitments, I understand that. Rock's a big movie star. You still had Cody. You still had Cody to have on the show. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think it makes Cody look weak. I think it makes it look absolutely weak because it's not like Cody couldn't appear on the show because he was selling some kind of an injury. Bro, he got the shit kicked out of him. He didn't get crippled. He didn't get run over by a car. He got beat up. And let me tell you something, man. I also heard that Travis Scott hit Cody Rhodes so hard that he punctured his eardrum. Bro, let me tell you something. I've had my eardrums punctured. You're not out of action if you get a little eardrum punctured, bro. So that was no reason for Cody not to miss the show. So Bubba, listen, bro, I love you. We're friends. We're paisans. You are absolutely out of your freaking mind, bro. For them not to follow up on that Monday was an absolute sin. There, I said it. I got it off my chest. Now we're going to go to Cena's heel turn. And producer man, I understand there's some Austin comments. There's some MJF comments. I've seen the Austin comments. I've not seen the MJF ones. Can we start with Austin first? Because I'm familiar with what he said. Let's bring up the comments of Stone Cold Steve Austin as it pertains to John Cena's heel turn.
Cody Rhodes, I want your mind. I want your soul. If your answer is no, the dream dies again.
I gave my soul to this ring and these people a long time ago. Hey, Rock, go f*** yourself.
Yeah, can we pause that for a second, producer man? You're seeing, okay, bro, he got whipped with a belt and he got punched in the face with a Rolex. So what? He's out of action for 2 weeks. That makes Cody look bad. He should have came in, bro. You want to bandage his eye, whatever you want to do. No way, no shape, no form should Cody have not been a part of Monday Night Raw. Go ahead, producer man.
Kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous.
Cody could have had it all. It was his John Cena with no soul.
What do you make of John Cena finally turning heel?
Hey, it had to happen sooner or later. Finally, it happened. So it'll be interesting to see, whether the people accept him as a heel or has he turned himself more babyface. I think it remains to be seen as the story unfolds. But nonetheless, they've kicked off an epic build into WrestleMania, and that's what they do every single year. And this year it's here in Las Vegas, so it's going to be pretty damn awesome.
You going to be helping Cody Rhodes here at WrestleMania?
Hey, I haven't been in contact with anybody, so I guess anything could happen, but I'm here to run the mentor.
I love that, bro, because Austin went on to promote what he was supposed to promote, which is freaking awesome, man. That is Stone Cold Steve Austin to a T. He did not get into any rumors or hearsay concerning WrestleMania. He was just there to promote a race or something, and he stuck to promoting the race. But, man, obviously, with the history between Rock and Austin, man, it would make all the sense in the world for Austin to make a return. But listen, man, Steve has shown us time and time and time again, bro, if he don't like the creative, he ain't going to do it. And you could flash as much money as you want in Austin's face. Austin is a dude, bro, that isn't all about money. Austin's got plenty of money. Bro, Austin is still selling millions and millions of Austin 316 shirts every year. Austin doesn't need to work another day in his life. So it's not about money. It's really about creative, and it's really about the story. And if they could come up with something interesting that Austin would like, I would not be surprised at all to see him at WrestleMania. Again, guys, if you want to be a part of this conversation through a comment or a question, we can do that through super stickers or donations Producer man will bring you right up on the screen. Okay, let me hear the MJF comments, producer man, because I have not heard these yet. So I'm interested to see.
I can't have
what
the top guy from AEW on, not ask him. So I just give me your whole take on the John Cena.
I get really annoyed when people
Can we
in
freeze
either
this
company
for a second?
pretend that they don't. Let me put it
man.
this way.
Yep.
Yes, I was watching it.
Producer man, can we freeze this for a second? Bro, what kind of a hairdo was that other dude had? What the? He looks like a Brillo pad, bro. That other dude. He's got steel wool on the top, bro. Either shave that stuff off, bro. Wear a hat. Do something with yourself. All right, go ahead, producer man. Play
the top guy from AEW on, not ask him. So I just give me your whole take on the John Cena.
I get really annoyed when people in either company pretend that they don't. Let me put it this way. Yes, I was watching it. I was watching it live. It was an awesome moment, and everybody should think it was an awesome moment because it was. Point blank, end of discussion. If you are in the world of professional wrestling, if you are a top guy, and you don't watch as much or consume as much professional wrestling as you possibly can you call yourself a student of the game? Can you say you're giving your best foot forward? Can you claim to be one of the best in the sport? In my opinion, no, you absolutely cannot. So if you were to ask a WWE star, have you been watching AEW? And they say no, one of two things is happening. One, they're lying through their fucking teeth, or two, they don't care enough about this industry to study what's going on in it. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, MJF, there's a number 3. And let me say this for the record. I am a huge MJF fan, Long Island boy, bro. He's a brother. But there's also a third reason why WWE guys may not be watching AEW, MJF. And that's because AEW sucks, bro. The show absolutely sucks. Nobody's watching the show. What is a WWE superstar? Bro, what is Randy Orton going to learn from watching AEW? What is Gunther going to learn from watching AEW? Bro, trust me, they're not watching AEW because AEW is a pile of dog doo-doo. That's why they're not watching AEW. That comment, listen, I love MJF, and he is smart. He is brilliant, but that comment is freaking laughable. Laughable. What is anybody going to learn from watching AEW? Bro, you got a billionaire booking that show. He doesn't write that show. He doesn't know how to write. You got a billionaire booking a show that he would have booked the same way when he was 5 years old. And he has said that in 1,000 interviews. Oh, I always had a dream of being a booker. When I was 5 years old, I was booking these shows. Yeah, bro, these shows look like they're being booked like a 5-year-old. So you tell me, what is a WWE talent going to learn by watching AEW? Come on, listen, MJF, stop. If you're going to be honest, if you're going to be a straight shooter, then be honest and be a straight shooter. Okay, next, we've got some comments from Will Osprey as they pertain to Triple H. Go ahead, producer man. Let's hear these comments.
Why did you take those comments from Triple H so personally? He didn't say your name.
He didn't say my name, but
why did you think he was talking about you specifically?
He was, and like I've got people that I won't throw under the bus and saying, yeah, it was about me. I won't throw anyone names under the bus, but it was about me. But like, I don't think it's like, I'm not taking it personally like, oh, that hurt my feelings. It's just kind of like, all right, you take a friendly jab at me, I'll take one back. There's nothing like horrible about it. Like, I don't hate the guy. Oh, I've never met him. How can I hate someone that I've never even met?
You didn't even talk to him?
No, I've never spoke to him. Oh, I have an agency to talk to everyone, and like, I've told everybody about my situation and why I want to remain in the UK, which is why that like kind of like hurt me a little bit, but just like not to the point where like it keeps me up at night. It's like, okay, you take a jab at me, I'll take one back, and then that's it, we're done.
Yeah.
And then someone was at this show that I was doing some stuff for Pro Wrestling Eve, and they do this thing called the Multiverse Rumble, and everybody dresses up as characters, and somebody dressed up as Triple H and walked in here, and I looked, I went, I've got to do it now, haven't I? Like,
why'd you have to do it?
Because it's funny. And if anyone doesn't think it's funny, then I can't tell you what your humor is. But my humor is, this is hilarious. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I got a couple of things to say about this. Again, guys, if you want to be a part of this conversation, Super Stickers donations, I'll bring you right up on the screen. First of all, guys, I got to tell you about a little history between myself and Will Osprey. Bro, many, many, many years ago, I went over to the UK and I did a show at the UK and I saw Will Osprey for the first time. Bro, Will Osprey back then isn't who he is today. He was relatively an unknown. I saw Will Osprey, bro, and he blew me away. He blew me away for two reasons. Obviously, what he does in the ring, but he also had the second part of it down. He had the character down. He could cut a good promo. He sold really well in the ring. So I was very, very impressed with Will Osprey. As a matter of fact, I believe on russosbrand.com, you can probably go back and find this. I actually did an interview with Will Osprey. So then we came back, bro. We wound up following each other on social media. Then when I started getting really critical on the flip-flop and flying and, these matches with no selling and no story and just totally unbelievable and no personality. Well, Will Osprey stopped following me. And, bro, that's cool, man. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Stop following me. So, I wanted to say that because I don't got a problem with Will Osprey. But I think it's a lot for Will Osprey to just come to the conclusion that Triple H's comment was directed at him because other people told him. Bro, the wrestling people is all about people stirring up other people. That's what it's all about. Everybody is trying to get everybody going to cut a promo, to say something that's going to grab headlines and people are going to talk about. So quite frankly, aside from a handful of people who I consider friends, I don't listen to anything anybody says in the wrestling business because 99.9% of the time, they're full of crap. Okay, it's BS. So for Will Osprey to assume Triple H was talking about him because a couple people told me, I kind of question that. However, if it did come from Triple H, listen, I agree with Will Osprey about taking a shot back because, bro, I learned something about the marks a very, very, very long time ago that I'm going to pass along to you. Bro, I was usually the guy that was going to take the high road. I was going to take the high road. So if somebody said something about me, if somebody made something up about me, if somebody lied about me, I would take the high road and I would say nothing. But then I would find out that people would believe it. Just because somebody else said it, the marks would immediately believe it. So if I didn't stick up for myself, and if I didn't come back, everybody would believe whatever was said. There are idiots out there that still believe I was responsible for Mae Young delivering an arm when I was working for WCW. They still believe I was responsible for Katie Vick when I was working for WCW. So I found out in the wrestling business, if somebody says something about you, especially if somebody makes something up about you, yeah, bro, you do need to call them out because there is no high road in professional wrestling. And if you don't call those people out, then the marks are just going to believe whatever anybody says. So I got no problem with Will Osprey giving the jab back to Triple H as long as Triple H did indeed direct it towards him. And I don't think Will Osprey was 100% sure that it was directed at him by Triple H. Okay, everybody, again, you want to be part of the conversation, super sick of donation. You can come in here. You can rap with me right here on the screen. Now, there's a last topic that is a scissor attack. A scissor attack, I guess, in memory of the great Psycho Sid. Let's see the scissor attack, shall we?
Oh, wait a second. Watch out. Watch out. Ricochet. Whoa. Ricochet looking for the cheap shot. Wait a second. Swerve. Someone was prepared. God.
I got to laugh because we just had MJF saying WWE wrestlers don't take their craft seriously if they're not watching AEW. So, okay, let me get this straight, bro. So if I'm Otis, and I love Otis, bro. Otis was trained in Colorado, bro. So I love Otis. So if I'm Otis, let me get this straight, MJF. I need to tune into AEW so I can see and learn how to stab people. Is that why I'm watching AEW? Bro, that's why people don't watch AEW. That's exactly why people don't watch AEW. Because, listen, man, and this is not a shot at Tony Khan. I've said this a million times. We can all not be good at everything, but we have to know what we're good at, and we have to know what we're not good at. So what you do, bro, is you do more of what you're good at, and you stay away from what you're not good at. I'll give you an example. Bro, I can write a wrestling show. I can write a wrestling show better than anybody. Nobody has ever written a better wrestling show than Vince Russo. Fact, the numbers are there to pick it up, to back it up. Can I run a business? Absolutely not, bro. Bro, I put 2 video stores out of business. I put a CD warehouse out of business. I put a Philly pretzel factory out of business. Every time I went into business for myself, I put it out of business. So what do I know about myself? I know I suck at running a business, but I can write a television show. But what happens is, like, you got the people like the Tony Khan, you got the people like the Triple H's who think they could do everything good. Tony Khan cannot write a television show. That is why he's got to rely on the shock factor. Well, since I don't know how to write compelling storylines, since I don't know how to create characters, I'll just have my wrestlers stab each other, bro, because everybody will talk about that. No, bro, nobody's going to talk about it, because if you continue to do desperate acts like that, your 500,000, 600,000, whatever it is, bro, yeah, you're going to go down to 400,000. Then you're going to go down to 300,000. Then you're going to lose your television deal, Tony Khan. What is the intent there? Tell me what the intent there. Ricochet pulls out a scissor, and what? He's going to kill Swerve Strickland? Is that what he's going to do, bro? He's going to kill Swerve Strickland with a scissor. That's what you want me to believe. This is the AEW that MJF says I need to watch. Then Swerve Strickland just so happens to have his own scissor. So now, bro, I'm asking myself this question. Is every wrestler on the AEW roster walking around with a scissor in their pocket? I mean, I got to ask the question, man. Ricochet's got a scissor because Ricochet, he's got a plan that I'm going to stab Swerve Strickland with a scissor and I'm going to kill him. But then Swerve Strickland's got his own scissor. So now did Swerve Strickland anticipate Ricochet's going to try to kill me with a scissor, so I better bring a scissor. And now, if Ricochet is killing people with scissors, is everybody in the back? Does Mariah May have a scissor? That's what I want to know, bro. Does Paige have a scissor? Does Cope have a scissor? Bro, do you know how ridiculous this is? MJF, this is why they're not watching AEW, bro. Nobody's going to learn anything from Ricochet stabbing people with scissors. Nils, I'm sorry. Producer man. Edit that out. There was a super sticker. Somebody wants to get in this conversation. B40, thank you, my friend. Do you think Meltzer could hold normal conversation? Absolutely not. Absolutely. Bro, you know what I love? I always talk about the wrestling bubble. And this is how you know if somebody lives in the wrestling bubble. Bro, take somebody in the wrestling bubble and try to put them out in the real world. Like, try to take Dave Meltzer and imagine Dave Meltzer's a bank teller at First National Bank. Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine Dave Meltzer a bank teller? No, bro. All these people can talk about is wrestling. Can you imagine Jim Cornette's a second grade school teacher? Can we imagine Jim Cornette in that scenario, anybody? Can you imagine Ric Flair? Ric Flair is a cook at a restaurant. Let's throw that out there. That's what I mean about the wrestling bubble. So the answer to your question, B40 is no. Anybody else, bro? Anything else you want to talk about? You want to discuss? A lot happening. Man, I got to tell you guys, we're starting to see a pattern here. And I'll tell you what the pattern is. Bro, Triple H writes 9.5 months of absolutely crap, nothing happening, wash, rinse, repeat television. Wrestling 101, by the book, very predictable, nothing happens. We get that for about 9.5 months. Sometime around WrestleMania, The Rock shows up. And Rock walks in and Rock says, you know what, man? I don't give a monkey's ass what you've been doing the last 9.5 months. The Rock is here. And The Rock and Brian Gerwertz, we are going to turn things upside down. This is the second year in a row that this has happened. So Rock walks in with Brian Gerwertz, doesn't give a rat's ass what they've been doing for the last 9.5 months, goes into business for himself, and finally, bro, for about 10 weeks, we get interesting television. Then all of a sudden, bro, Rock storyline over, Rock back to Hollywood, and we get the same boring, mundane WWE. For 2 years in a row, we've seen this same story happen. So very, very interesting. But again, man, thank God they did the John Cena turn. Thank God there is something to talk about. And let's make one thing perfectly clear. The shock wasn't John Cena turning. The shock was the WWE never does anything like that. They've never done anything like that since the freaking Attitude Era. Everything on the show is so predictable. So when The Rock walks in and they decide to turn the card upside down, well, now all of a sudden this is shocking. Yeah, bro. It's shocking because you never do it. Okay, the television right now, the situation with Cena, the heel turn. Bro, can somebody explain to me why we can't have compelling television like this every single week? Why do we only have compelling television like this when it's WrestleMania season and The Rock's back in town? Why can't we have compelling wrestling for 12 months out of the year? And I will tell you why. Because those writing it are incompetent. They're not writers, bro. They're wrestlers. They're not writers. They're wrestlers. And in Tony Khan's case, he's a freaking wrestling mark. You need writers to write television. Bro, the show is on television. It is a television show. Therefore, you need television writers. That is the problem. Out of breath now, bro. I need. Listen, man. I know we stopped this, but I got to go grab my Mando. I got to go grab my Mando, bro. I'm putting it under the arms. I'm putting it on the love sack. I'm sweating between my thighs right now. I got a lot going on, bro. I have to carry this show without Coach. Where's Coach? What assignment is Coach on? What's Coach out looking for a new pair of scissors? Maybe Coach is going to stab me on the show next week. All right, everybody, that's it. Hey, listen, man. You like me, you want to support me, I'm going to give you a free trial basis of the brand. All you got to do, bro, go to patreon.com/Russo TWC and get a free week of the brand. You will get a free week of this, and you will have the option to decide whether or not you want to make the brand and Vince Russo a part of your life. And if I were you, I would make me a part of your life, because I'm the only one that tells you like it is, bro. I'm not interested in working for Tony Khan. I'm not interested in working for Triple Schnoz. I'm not interested in, I'm interested in working for me. I work for me. I don't work for anybody else. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, yeah, well, it was okay that the WWE shot a major angle on Saturday and none of the players are on the show on Monday. That's totally okay. Are you out of your freaking mind? That's okay. Bro, you know what that's like? I'll tell you exactly what that's like. Bro, remember the old Batman series? When at the end of part 1, the Penguins got Batman and Robin in this predicament, and you don't know if Batman or Robin are going to live or die. So you got to wait. You got to tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Well, you know what this is like, bro? This is you tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And guess what? There's no Batman and Robin and Penguin on the show. We got Anne Harriet. We got Commissioner Gordon. We got no Batman and Robin and Penguin on the show. What happened, bro? What happened? I'm out of breath, bro. I got to go find my Mando. That is it, bro. For the Coach and the bro, we will see you on Monday.